friends, as they say. So let's try this again. Let's try to connect to Music Hub Connect. We are going to try to get connected to Music Hub Connect. And we are going to try to get connected on the old Periscope. Yes, that Periscope. And we are going to see what happens here. I don't know. This could be fun. This could be a train wreck. I don't know. I don't know which. But we are going to go to the old Skype. The old Skype-a-rooney. And we are going to find Nate Lee and get him in here. And I think we've talked to Nate Lee before. But we are going to go to the old Skype, the old Skype-a-rooney, as they say. And there he is, the legend himself, Mr. Nate Lee. How are you, sir?
All right, how are you?
We're pretty good, actually. We are attempting to do something new today, so in classic Jiggy Jag form, it will fail miserably. But at least you're along for the ride, sir. We have got Nate Lee with us today. He joins us live here on our broadcast. We are live on Periscope today. Also, the Twitch live stream available at JiggyJaguar.com. And we are also live today on Music Hub Connect over on their Facebook page. So we are going to see what the hell goes on today. And we have got singer, songwriter, and mandolinist, Mr. Nate Lee, with us today. And I always enjoy chatting with Nate. He is quite entertaining. The last time he was on the program, we got a lot of rave reviews from his playing and his music and everything. So you're, as they say in the world of professional wrestling, you're over, sir. That's good. So Nate, Wings of a Jetliner. The last time we had you on the broadcast, we were talking about Wings of a Jetliner. This has gotten a lot of rave reviews so far. What do you make of the reaction to the music?
Well, it's been really cool. You know, it has had a lot of reviews, and then most importantly, some of the music fans that I know have sent me messages about how much they liked it, and that really made me happy. They've gone all over the world so far, and it's been really nice to hear from the fans. So thank you to all y'all out there that are listening.
That's fantastic. It is Nate Lee. He's with us today here on our big program. Also, Music Hub Connect as well on their Facebook page. And tell me about some of the different folks that helped you produce this album and some of the different features on this album.
Yeah, definitely. So the producer was Dan Boner, who is the director of the East Tennessee State University Bluegrass and Country Music Program. And he's also my bandmate in the Becky Buller Band. And he's an incredible musician and really good project manager and all that. He was a huge part of making this album, just start to finish. He's still involved in it. We just did a Facebook Live thing the other day that people can find on my socials. And then there's the just amazing band. The core band was Wyatt Rice, Todd Phillips, Bronwyn Keith Hines, and Ned Luberecki. But then we also had the entire Becky Buller Band on there, as well as guest appearances from Thomas Castle and Daniel Salyer. Daniel wrote one of the songs, too. He wrote Tobacco, so it's kind of cool to have him come on there and sing on some of the songs.
Awesome. Nate Lee with us today. He joins us live here on our broadcast. Wings of a Jetliner is out now. It is just a great collection of music. And so you have gotten a lot of great feedback on this. What was the making of the album like for you?
It was very, very fun. It was like a dream. So we recorded at ETSU, and my favorite home away from home is the Carnegie Hotel across the street. Real nice place to stay. The band stays there sometimes when we go through. So I put up the band there. We stayed there for a week, and it was very immersive. Just, we drove across the street, literally across the street, to go to the studio. And it was really great. I set the tone every day, by the way. I don't think I've mentioned this in an interview yet. Every day on the way to the studio, I listened to Shadows by Tony Rice just to get in the right groove. That's
awesome.
Yeah, it's very well done music.
That's fantastic. It is Nate Lee. He's with us today here on our program, and he joins us live here talking a little bit about his Wings of a Jetliner, which is the latest from him. And where did you guys get this picture of this plane that's on the front of the album? Whose plane is this?
So that plane is from an airline that will be unnamed. So I commissioned Scott Simentaki to take those photos. He took all the photos on the album except the group photo was taken by Dan Boner. But a lot of people know Scott's work from him taking pictures from Tony Rice and Blue Highway. In fact, and I'm forgetting the name of the album, but the Blue Highway album with an airplane on it,
Yes.
Scott took those pictures too.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's
he just
great.
went near the airport. He took several visits to get what we were looking for. He got a whole bunch of amazing things, and I had this one scene in mind, and he nailed it.
Wow. That's great. That's great when you can send someone out to do a task and they do it and it's perfect. So that's fantastic. So
He's a master.
Nate Lee with us today. He joins us live here in our broadcast. Check out thenatelee.com. Also on Facebook, like Nate Lee LLC, which has probably got to be the coolest Facebook URL that I've ever heard. I think that's great.
Thank you.
Because it encourages you to go over and do exactly what you want people to do, which is like the fan page.
Jedi mind tricks.
I think that's great. So your background today on Skype is very entertaining. You've got this guitar behind you. You've got some certifications, which means that you are way too smart to be on this broadcast. And so what are the certifications behind you?
That back there is my degree in bluegrass music and 2 certificates to go with it. So I went to South Plains College, which is the original bluegrass program, and studied with Joe Carr and Alan Mundy there and got a degree in bluegrass.
Wow. So what is it like to get a degree in bluegrass? What is the curriculum like for something like this?
It's a commercial music curriculum, so it is very heavy in the performance aspects. So you do a lot of performing in ensembles together, a lot of private music lessons. You take classes on things like putting together a press kit, which when I was in school, that was paper press kits back then. Now
Yes.
it's like a one sheet.
Oh, yeah.
So we had to print them out and everything, put them in a folder, but all of that is applicable, even though it's digital now. So it was really useful education.
That's fantastic. It is Nate Lee. He's with us today here in our broadcast. He joins us live here on our big program, also Music Hub Connect as well. And so I guess that's got to be a question that I've got for you. Why does your music connect so well with folks? Why are people so into your music? Because like I said, the last time we had you on this show, there was a lot of great feedback from folks, people that just really, really liked your stuff. Why are people into your stuff so much?
Sometimes it's puzzling when you make some kind of a art and wonder what is it that attracted people to it. And of course, you could spend a lot of time analyzing that, trying to figure that out. But my best guess is that I didn't make this CD or these songs. I didn't put them together in order to try to create some kind of a product to get people to sell and buy. Although that certainly crosses everyone's minds when making an album is, what would people buy? I threw that idea out the window immediately because I made this music very selfishly for me. So I feel like it's a genuine picture of who I am as a musician rather than here's some things that I think people might spend some money on. So I'm guessing that's why they're liking it, is it's a genuine picture of me.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. It is Nate Lee. He's with us today here in our broadcast, and the Wings of a Jetliner is getting a lot of rave reviews. You can get more information online, thenatelee.com, and also he has a really cool idea we talked about the last time he was on with us, playnatelee.com. That's playnatelee.com. It is your teaching website. How has that been during this whole quarantine lockdown deal?
It's been really, really busy. It was already quite busy. I've been fortunate enough to have a waiting list for the past couple of years. And since people started staying home more people were looking for stuff they could do from home. So it's been everything I could possibly keep up with and more. But I'm really grateful for all the people signing up for lessons and who have continued to do that. I really like to teach, so it's fun to get to do that every day.
We have got a great guest with us today. Joins us live. Mr. Nate Lee is with us. He joins us here in our big program. And coast to coast, border to border on iHeartRadio and also Music Hub Connect today. So, Wings of a Jetliner by Nate Lee is getting a lot of rave reviews. It's getting a lot of folks that are just gaga about this thing. Tell me about some of the different reviews you've gotten, because you've got a lot of great feedback on this.
Well, I have a favorite that was by Peach Hampton. So Peach Hampton's a mandolin player, and there's something I really value in mandolin playing is tone. It's just really important to me and something I've pursued for years. And so actually for that review, they reached out and asked like specifically of my two mandolins here, which one was on which track and things like that. And that was really neat to have somebody that into mandolin, because most people aren't quite tuned into these. You know, we're a small little niche group.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool. And it also meant a lot to me to premiere songs on Bluegrass Situation and Bluegrass Today. Those are really great publications. So I was happy to see them do some things with it.
That's awesome. So, did you have that, since you put the album together, I'm sure a little bit back, were you able to still give them all the information of which mandolin appeared on which song?
I remember that vividly. We'll see how long that lasts, because I do tend to get hazy on those types of details. But yeah, and it's immortalized in my email somewhere, so I'll always be able to find it. It is surprisingly hard to tell the difference between the two. They're made by the same person, and they sound very similar, but they each have some different qualities.
I think that is great. Because you've got to really be into bluegrass and mandolin for somebody to be like, I want to know which mandolin was played on which track. That's great.
Mandolin people are nerdy folk,
We have got the Nate Lee with us today. You can get more information at www.thenatelee.com. Also, he's got the coolest Facebook page ever, I Like Nate Lee, LLC. And he's also available on the old Twitter machine as well. And he joins us live here on our big program. So what's been the social media feedback you've gotten to this album and everything so far?
Well, I've had a lot of my fans have been posting pictures of it, and it's been really cool. Shout out to a couple. So one of them is Severin. I might be butchering your name, Severin, so sorry. Severin lives in Germany, and he is the biggest bluegrass super fan. Every week he posts a picture of a new CD, and he posted a picture of mine today, and that meant a lot. That was really cool. Also got it. Whitney and Tony Bouchard, bluegrass super fans. They bought a copy of my album for their bait shop this week. So that was really neat. They posted an Instagram story. Awesome. Yeah, the bait shop asked, what bluegrass should we have? And they bought a copy of my album for them. So thank you, Whitney and Tony.
That's great. We've got Nate Lee with us today. He joins us live here on our big program. And Nate Lee is tremendous. He has got a lot of great music out there. And the last time we had him on the broadcast, we got a lot of great feedback. So tell us about this track we're going to play here in a few moments. It's called The More I Pour. Tell me about this.
So this was one of the first songs I chose for the album immediately. I listened to it once, and I knew I was going to record it. It was written by Tim Stafford and Mark Bumgarner. And it was they played it as just kind of a honky-tonk sort of a style, and I really am into Western swing. So as soon as I heard it, I added a few Western swing changes to it. We did triple fiddles. That's me and Dan and Bronwyn on the triple fiddles there, and it was really cool to do that. It's definitely sticks out a little from the other material because it is very Western swing, but it was so exciting to make.
That's awesome. Well, we are going to play that. Go over and find Nate Lee on social media and everywhere else. And Nate, thank you, sir. Thanks for doing this. And we will talk to you soon. Thanks for making great music, brother.
Thanks for having me on the show. It's been great chatting with you. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Appreciate it, brother. There he goes, Nate Lee, the fantastic Nate Lee. And as we continue our journey here on Music Hub Connect, here on their Facebook page, and also the world-famous KJAG radio broadcast, The More I Pour, it's Bluegrass, it's Nate Lee.
I care, the more you drive me to despair. There's no use in keeping score. The less you care, the more I pour. I remember, dear, the day we met. My memories drown in deep regret. What once was new now fades away, and now I pour more every day. The more I pour, the less I care. The more you drive me to despair. There's no use in keeping score. The less you care, the more I pour. Now that you're gone, time passes slow into my glass. Tears overflow. I must admit, I can't move on. The more they pour, now that you're gone. The more I pour, the less I care. The more you drive me to despair. There's no use in keeping score. The less you care, the more I pour. The more I pour, the less I care. The more you drive me to despair. There's no use in keeping score. The less you care, the more I pour. The less you care, the more I pour.
That is Nate Lee. And that was fantastic music. Thanks for joining us here on Music Hub Connect here on their Facebook page. Also, thanks for joining us here on the old Twitch live stream as well. The Twitch live stream, or that Twitch live stream, or whatever. And, of course, Periscope. And KJAGradio.com.